Hey everyone, hope you're having a great Monday, everyone's favorite day of the week. I say this recording on January 13th, but hey, I have the power of scheduling hindsight. Anyway, welcome to another episode of Pokemon Invasive Species, where we run Hoenn mons in Kanto, and Kanto mons in Hoenn, but with a twist. Rules are explained in depth in the description below, but all the same, here's a quick recap for you. Only Ninjask in battle, only held items are allowed in battle, we run on max IVs, I choose our hidden power, nature, and ability if applicable. Last but certainly not least, I also choose a single egg move for the Pokemon in question. Let's get to know our speedy pro tag a little better by starting off with the base stat total. Yo, that speed would put Sonic to shame, and our attack stat isn't that bad either. Everything else, yeah, well, traditionally you'd use Ninjask as your baton pass mon, between its moveset and speed boost ability, but since it's our only combatant this run, we have to embrace being a fast glass cannon. And speaking of baton pass, which we won't be using in this run, here's our level up moves. We don't get anything noteworthy until level 25. Well, Swords Dance is a straight up game changer as far as I'm concerned. We saw how great it was for Pinsir as a level up move, and Mawile as an egg move, but getting to 25 is going to be a real chore, because Ninjask is in the erratic level up group, which means that in the early game, it takes tons of experience points to level up, but by the end, the XP gains are about as fast as the Pokemon itself. And Slash is pretty nice too, I must say, but do we have a better option in our pool of TMs? That's what I thought. We have Return to fall back on, of course, if we want raw power over a higher crit rate, but we also have moves like Aerial Ace, which you get the same type attack bonus for from this run, and other useful tools like Shadow Ball. The Giga Drain might be useful as well despite our subpar special attack. It's not the biggest list of TMs, but Ninjask can make use of just about everything that's on here. And just a reminder that TM42, Facade, is locked behind Kanto's post-game, so that's automatically out. What about Ninjask's egg move selection? Nothing that great on here. Same type with Gust wouldn't hurt for the early game, but Feint Attack being special in Gen 3 is ultimately what made me choose it. We'll need a decent special move to get by Brock's team anyway. Speaking of Brock, we're bug flying, so we'll automatically have to strategize a little bit to beat him for once. But that's what makes these runs so fun, is because every Pokemon we run nets a different experience, especially in the instance of a Pokemon like Ninjask, who is not native to Kanto. And since it's been a minute, I figure I can go ahead and show off the early game routing. I think I haven't done that since Trico's run, the run that started it all, and there's plenty of new faces here since then. What I like to do for optimal routing and getting the most out of our available trainers is to start by battling one of the optional bug catchers in Viridian Forest, but not just any optional bug catcher. We want the bro with 2 Metapods and a Caterpie, an exclusive here in Fire Red Leaf Green. Shame that the last of the 2 Nidorans from Yellow didn't make it into the game, but this is still a great addition. Ninjask can take advantage of having a solid early game special move because Harden is just a wasted turn. We always make sure to grab the 2 antidotes in Viridian Forest as well. One is hidden in the tree, and the other's out in the open. I like to grab the Pokeball as well, because we'll need to catch a Pokemon that can fly us around Kanto's map, as well as an army of Meowth to take advantage of pickup. Not quite as broken in Fire Red as it is in Ruby and Sapphire, but not only does this give us a somewhat reliable source of renewable berries, but it's the only way we can obtain TM10, Hidden Power, in this game. This part of the run, aka the beginning, is usually pretty chill, and that's no exception for Ninjask. Once we clear out the trainers, I end up backtracking and doing the optional rival battle. That's especially important for a Pokemon like Ninjask, who really struggles to gain experience points early on. Oh, and another reason why I went with Feint Attack, and why I think it's a great mid to early game option, well, we don't gotta worry about Sand Attack from Pidgey, and Pidgeotto as well, depending on how long we keep it. And after the optional rival battle, we'll hit up Pewter City, battle the Light Years bro, which is super easy, again, due to Feint Attack targeting special defense. And I did mention a couple of runs ago that Brock's about to get some revenge. Well, that's not really a spoiler, because we're playing as a frail bug flying type. But that does not mean that we're completely defenseless, and I think it's still better that we try to defeat him while being under level than trying to grind out levels, because the erratic level up group in the early game is absolutely awful. Now, we're not going to do play-by-play for Brock, but the strategy is Sand Attack on Geodude, use a couple of them, then we'll set up our Hardens, because Geodude has Tackle and Defense Curl. Defense Curl doesn't matter because we have Feint Attack, but the more Hardens we set up, the more we'll be able to tank from Onix, and considering that we're 4 times weak to Rock Tomb, Brock's going to be going for that. And once Onix comes out, of course, we're going to lay in with a couple of Sand Attacks to drop the already inaccurate Rock Tomb's accuracy even lower. Goes without saying that if we get crit by Rock Tomb, it's good night Irene. Nobody sticks around long after taking a finisher like that. I don't think this is going to take too long, though, because our damage output is not that bad, actually. I like it. While we keep throwing ourselves at the mercy of RNG roulette, just a quick heads up. Whether this is your first video or you've been here for a hot minute, just wanted to let you know that this run and many invasive species runs after this have been recorded well in advance. The January 13th line was legit. That's because I'll be changing location by the end of the month, and because I don't want a big gap in upload times, referring to my Fire Red Baby Solo Runs miniseries, which I kinda had to sideline in lieu of peak season. I've been preparing a ton of backlog for you guys to enjoy while life calls and I answer. I shouldn't be away for too long since I'm just moving, but hey. This also means I can work on additional content while y'all have consistent scheduled uploads. For Invasive Species, Fire Red runs are Monday, Ruby runs are on Friday. They will be published on midnight of those days. Thanks for your time. Now, let's get back to the challenge. Yeah, if you can't tell, this is a pretty difficult fight, but hey, it's about time Brock was actually hard in one of these runs. It feels very reminiscent of a Generation 1 run, where if you're fighting Brock and you don't have anything good to fight him with, he kinda takes a while. But in this attempt here, it comes right down to the wire. Go for Leech Life Heal a little bit, go for Feint Attack to guarantee the KO, and we get it, just barely. We got some serious mileage out of Hardened, Sand Attack, heck, all of our moves. That's what I like to see. Now as we make our way to Cerulean City and grab the rare candy right away. And of course, we're going to go to the Cerulean City gym, fight the trainers inside. I'm thinking that we're actually going to try Misty first, because we have a super effective move in the form of Leech Life. We don't have to worry about being outsped by, like, anything in this run. With a base 160 speed, and speed boost is our ability. So I'm thinking we're going to change things up a little bit, just to see how we match up here. I didn't fight that many trainers inside of Mount Moon, and we'll see if that comes back to bite us on the butt. Probably will. Who am I kidding? Starmie is really powerful. But hey, we have Feint Attack, and Staryu shouldn't be that hard, right? Well, only one way to find out. I decided to lead off with a Sand Attack against Staryu. Doesn't pay off, we get hit by Water Pulse, but hey, Staryu could miss going forward, so gotta take advantage of that move while we have it. And hey, getting Misty to use her Super Potion here is awesome. What's not awesome is that I forgot that Staryu has Recover. Yeah, alright, I can see this being a problem. We get confused off a Water Pulse, and subsequently finished off on our first attempt. I thought we'd get to Starmie at least. We have to at least try and make our way to Starmie. I'm pretty sure that we can. We have to get Staryu's health low enough to where it won't use Recover, so we can finish it with Feint Attack, which is going to be pretty difficult because the AI loves using Recover. I mean, why wouldn't it? Recover's a great move. But as we're laying in with Leech Life and Feint Attack, we get Staryu just low enough to where we take it out. Very good. And as Starmie comes out going for Sand Attack, we get hit by Water Pulse. Starmie misses with Water Pulse, and that critical Leech Life looking good. But then we get crit by Swift, so let's go try the rival, see how we measure up there. We actually want Sand Attack. We get 2 of them before we get hit by Gust. Very unfortunate. As Charmander comes up, we go for Feint Attack, and he goes for Growl. That's good. Then we get burned by Ember. Okay, so yeah, I should have definitely leveled up a little bit more in Mount Moon. I mean, can't really blame me for that one because the erratic level up group early on is such a slog, but at the same time, I did kind of overestimate this little guy. I always forget that Pidgeotto's pretty bulky for this point in the game, and I was like, oh yeah, we have a 60 base power Feint Attack. I mean, we're Adamant Nature too, so that probably doesn't help. But yeah, definitely overestimated our little guy's ability here. Not a problem, though, because what we can do is we can go grind in the grass patch. Yeah, I just said that. That's gonna be fun. But we do have 2 rare candies that can boost us all the way up to level 19, and I think we're gonna stay the course here and try to get by the Cerulean rival, because that way we'll get Secret Power, and that's going to be a massive, massive upgrade for us. Plus, hey, at level 25 we get Swords Dance. Once we get Swords Dance, I think we can come back and beat Misty. So we set up 2 Hardens while Pidgeotto lays into us with Sand Attack and continues to do so. We're also dealing a lot more damage now, so that's good. We just have to tank a couple of Embers from Charmander. Thankfully we do. As Abra comes out, we'll use this opportunity to heal with Leech Life. And if we miss, it doesn't matter because Abra can't fight back anyway. And we managed to overpower Rattata with 2 Feint Attacks. Well, that was Nightmare Fuel. It's been a while since he's been difficult. Now on our way to Bill's house, we're going to go and pick up an elixir that you can find out on the field here. Very useful to have. Then we're going to go grind at level 25, get our Meowth pickup army, and then come back and fight Misty with Swords Dance. This should go way better. Although we're just around 2 hours before we fight her, so that's not good. We go for Swords Dance, Misty goes for Harden on Staryu, Secret Power still one-shots. As Starmie comes out, Secret Power is almost a one-shot. Water Pulse does quite a bit of damage, but as she heals, we can use Leech Life, and that does a lot more damage than I was expecting. Love that. So by the end of the fight, we have full health when we defeat Misty. That's pretty awesome. Not very common either. As for the SS and rival, well, Pidgeotto apparently forgot how to use Sand Attack, its most devastating attack in a solo run, so yeah, we're fine here too. We sweep the first 3 with Secret Power, and once Kadabra comes out, we can use Leech Life and heal to full, again, and we're good to go. Let's go fight Lieutenant Surge. Voltorb hits us with Shockwave as we set up Swords Dance, but we one-shot it with Secret Power, and obviously Pikachu's no problem at all. Raichu's a one-shot as well. I'm surprised by that, actually. En route to Rock Tunnel, gonna show you guys where a more obscure rare candy is hidden. I usually skip this one because I'm trying to go fast, but I was like, oh yeah, this rare candy exists. Thankfully, I remembered where that rare candy was for Bagon and Gulpin. Now, by the time we get out of Rock Tunnel, we have Aerial Ace. Made sure to get that on the way. I normally go for Giovanni first, but this time around, I think it's smarter to go for Erica. We can equip a Sherry Berry while we set up Swords Dance, and we should sweep her entire team with Aerial Ace, but only one way to find out. Well, I didn't expect this to happen. I went for Acid on turn 1 when we get to set up another Swords Dance. Stun Spore hits, the Sherry Berry kicks in, +4 to attack. Yeah, we're definitely sweeping this team now. We'll switch to Leech Life to one-shot Tangela and get all of our health back. I gotta say, Leech Life been super useful the entire time we've had it. And Vileplume, this might shock you, a one-shot with +4 to attack, stab, Aerial Ace. Now, we fought Erica first because we want Giga Drain for Giovanni's 2 rock Pokemon, and setting up against Onix is a bit of a double-edged sword, but thankfully Giovanni forgot what Pokemon battles are, and rather than hitting us with 4 times effective Rock Throw, just used Harden and basically threw the fight. And I'm realizing this right now during voiceover, but I actually forgot to edit in the Lavender Tower rival fight. Well, I think that you guys will forgive me because that fight, well, pretty easy at that point. How about Koga? Is he gonna be easy? Well, I didn't expect to get one shot from full health by self-destruct. This could be a problem. Well, on our second try, we can set up Swords Dance, Pechaberry cures Toxic, Aerial Ace one-shots Coughing, and we'll finish setting up against Muck because, yeah, it's got Toxic, but it just loves going for Minimize. A good strategy, Koga. I'm using a move that bypasses evasion. You saw me use it, and you kept going anyway. Good job, buddy. I can see why you were promoted to the Johto Elite Four. But yeah, we're gonna be a bit of a higher level here for the Silph Co rival, and even cooler, while we were grinding in the Fighting Dojo, we got not 1, but 2 Hidden Power TMs. I can't say I've gotten that lucky in a while. We'll go ahead and drop a save in front of the Silph Co rival. We are at 3 hours and 53 minutes. That's not bad, actually. Alright, with our new Hidden Power equipped, let's go and set up Swords Dance against Pidgeot. Alright, gonna reset for a proper attempt. I reset because Pidgeot has Quick Attack. We wouldn't have survived it. Our new buddy Hidden Power, it's Hidden Power Rock, one-shots both Pidgeot and obviously Charizard. We'll switch to Aerial Ace for Execute. Alakazam comes out, not a threat anyway, it only has Future Sight as an attacking move. Hidden Power Rock one-shots the Gyarados. So we're gonna go cash in on that free healing before she stops doing that for us, because that's a great reward for clearing out Team Rocket from Silph Co, right? Nidorino is perfect for us to set up on. It has very weak attacks, and we could just heal back up with Giga Drain against Rhyhorn. Other than that, easy fight, barely worth mentioning, and spoiler warning, that's not getting old anytime soon as Sabrina comes up. Her Pokemon are super frail, so one Swords Dance, Reflect is cool. Maybe Alakazam will survive. Venomoth, Kadabra, and Mr. Mime are easy one-shots with Aerial Ace, and Alakazam? That was a critical hit. We probably did need that, actually. Cool, let's go battle Blaine. I anticipate this one being pretty hard. I think that goes without saying. So we'll use Swords Dance to undo some of Intimidate there, and Fire Blast does a lot of damage. That's from Growlithe. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty hard. Well, with +1 to our attack remaining from Swords Dance, we can one-shot Ponyta and Rapidash, which is very nice. Arcanine, though, unfortunately, we're gonna need another +2 to our attack. So basically, we need Fire Blast to miss us once. That's hardly a, let's just say that's a rather pleasant change of pace. One Fire Blast miss is hardly a lot to ask for. We've had crazier odds against Blaine before, and it doesn't take us that many tries to get that to happen, thankfully. So from here, it's all a matter of seeing if we can one-shot Arcanine with Hidden Power with another Swords Dance. Well, it was a crit, but with +2 to attack, I don't think we needed that critical hit. So we're gonna skip right by the Sevials and go right for Giovanni. As you watch Rhyhorn in all its glory, just keep in mind that this thing has Rock Blast and could very easily take care of us, but, you just can't resist going for Scary Face, I guess. And Scary Face will be a completely moot point as we take out the second one, and after we take out the Dugtrio. Despite that speed drop, we're still faster, and we have nothing to worry about as far as being outsped goes now. Well, Nidoking did afflict us with Poison Point, so I guess that's something. Good job, Giovanni. We should have gotten destroyed by you, but hey. Different generation, still quite an easy trainer. It's funny how his yellow team is actually the hardest out of red, blue, yellow, fire red, and leaf green. So against Pidgeot, we need 2 Swords Dance and lieu of Feather Dance. Alright, with 1 Swords Dance, Pidgeot's a one-shot. There comes Rhyhorn, we're gonna heal with Giga Drain. And hey, speaking of 4-times super effective, bye-bye Charizard. Execute is a one-shot with Aerial Ace. We outspeed Alakazam, a pretty rare luxury, and one-shot it. And Gyarados is a one-shot with Rock-type Hidden Power. We'll go ahead and make our way to the Elite Four. I think that Ninjask has no save potential, but on the first try, I'm not so confident about that. Are we going to beat Lorelei in the first try? Well, Dugong went for Safeguard on turn 1, so maybe. We one-shot it with Hidden Power, and out comes Slowbro. Wasn't expecting that. Alright, we survive Ice Beam, we survive Surf thanks to Giga Drain. Lorelei uses a full restore, we go for Swords Dance, and one-shot Slowbro. That's surprising. Out comes Jinx, very easy one-shot with Hidden Power. Lapras is part Ice-type, therefore also a one-shot. It was very, very satisfying to one-shot that Lapras. That thing is usually pretty darn annoying. Well, I could have blown that first attempt at a no-save if we got crit by Dive there. That was, not the best call on my behalf. Alright, against Bruno's Onix, we have to set up 1 Swords Dance, and Rock Tomb's damage, if we got crit by that, we would have gotten one shot for sure. And after that, we're going to one-shot sweep our way to the second Onix. I don't one-shot it because I misclicked with Aerial Ace, but I got hit by Double Edge. I thought that thing had Rock Tomb as well, and I guess it doesn't. Alright, in preparation for Agatha, it comes down to, do we equip a Persim Berry or do we equip a Pecha Berry? I'm thinking Pecha Berry because her AI seems to prefer Toxic, and Double Team doesn't matter at all. It's basically a free turn for us to set up Swords Dance. We go for Swords Dance, Gengar goes for Double Team. We're going to take that thing out right now. We don't want that thing sticking around. Golbat's a one-shot with Hidden Power. We'll use Swords Dance as Arbok comes out. It goes for Screech, best case scenario. Arbok's a one-shot with Aerial Ace. Gengar 2 is a one-shot with Aerial Ace, which means, of course, Haunter's going to be. Wow, maybe I was wrong about this little guy. Maybe he can actually beat the Elite Four on the first try without saving. As for Lance, thanks to Intimidate, we're going to have to survive 2 turns against Gyarados and set up Swords Dance. We only get hit by Dragon Rage, not a big deal. My concern is Aerodactyl. If we don't one-shot that thing with Hidden Power, we're getting one-shot by Ancient Power, but, well, turns out I had no reason to worry. We one-shot that, and the rest of the team, super easy. And as we prepare for the champion, if you're wondering why I named him Jake, well, that guy's been helping me out with thumbnails for quite a while. Guy is super awesome. I also name-dropped him in the Invasive Species Charmander run. Speaking of, turn 1, Swords Dance, Sand Attack, turn 2, Aerial Ace, and Swords Dance 2. Aerial Ace one-shots Pidgeot. Please don't miss Rhydon. Oh, we didn't. Please don't miss Charizard. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, we're good. With +3 to attack, Alakazam's a one-shot. Executor is a one-shot as well. And for Gyarados, gonna stick with Aerial Ace to guarantee that we hit it. Wow, alright, I knew that Ninjask would be able to do the no-save gauntlet, but on the first try, very nice. But you can see why I was skeptical. We're super frail, Sand Attack is always a problem. If we missed Rhydon, Rock Tomb 100% would have one-shot us. We fully embraced being a very fast Glass Cannon. We finish at level 69. As for our final time, 5 hours and 14 minutes. That's very good, I gotta say. And because Ninjask was able to clear that on the first try without saving, let's check out the total ranking. Level 69 is B tier, on the cusp of C. 5 hours, 14 minutes is nice and cozy in the A tier. Normally, I would put Ninjask as B because of that, but because it gets the +2 thanks to no saving on the first try, Ninjask is an S tier Pokemon here in Invasive Species. Beedrill definitely has its work cut out for it. Speaking of which, I'll see you guys there. Bye.